stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Good afternoon. Happy Thursday. Thursday the 29th. We get an extra day this year. Camera's messing around. I know how to fix this. Watch this. Ta-da. You know, maybe we'll just keep it at standard definition and maybe that'll help. I'll just keep it there. I should also check this because I didn't do it. Okay, good. Good. I hope I don't zero out today. It's never any fun. I'll do it, but they're not. I don't think they're as good, honestly. All right. Looks like Michelle is watching a different live right now. Because I'm getting chats. It's half a chat too. So, and it can be crazy, some of the stuff that happens. You know, sometimes I get somebody will comment and it'll appear on here, but it's from a different video because I'm live at the time. So I hope Michelle makes it over to here though, because she's currently watching a different video. Maybe I should organize those better so that people know that I am live right now. I don't know how to do that though. Things are starting to get a little confusing. And I don't like to do that to people because the easier it is to get to stuff and more than 2 clicks and people just really aren't interested anymore. So I try and keep things pretty easy. All right, let's kind of go ahead and get started. I am doing this from the Daily Reflection today. It seemed like a pretty good reading. And we only get to do it once every 4 years. So I figure I should give it some respect and go ahead and cover it. Welcome to the Daily Trudge. My name is Dion. I'm going to be your host today. Right. If you stick to the one that hi, Michelle. It's funny because you were probably already here, but this was from your other one. I must have been talking about 9th step stuff. So yeah, something. Who knows? But it's just, yeah, auto captions. Yeah. So, all right. Oh, I didn't do the please say hello. All right. Maybe I didn't. So I'm not quite awake yet. So a video game that I've been waiting for years came out last night at 10. I played it for about an hour and a half. I did not stay up all night. I am 53 and I cannot stay up all night playing video games like I used to. No. I don't want to either. So today we're talking about the 1 AA miracle. And that would be you. You're the 1 AA miracle. That's really what we're talking about. Okay. But it's 1 AA miracle that passes on to the next. You know, AA is the ultimate pay it forward program. It is. It's the ultimate pay it forward program. Why are you what in the hell, Michelle? Yes, I was. I was born the same. I'll give you a hint. I was born the same day Jimi Hendrix died. Yep. No, I am not. Okay. But there again, Michelle, we were talking about, and I appreciate you for this. Yesterday, I was saying my name's Dion, and I have this deep voice. It's a continuance. People give me a hard time. They say, yeah, I was born same day Jimi Hendrix died. So, I was named after Dion the Belmonts. I love music. I was jamming out before I came on here. Jimi Hendrix was a drummer before he was a guitarist. I'm a drummer. Not the best drummer. I'm a decent drummer. I do all right. Oh no. I started playing drums 9 months later. I was headlining. I think I'm okay. All right. Let's get started. Yeah. Are we finding out more reasons why Dion is around? That's always fun stuff. I'm what they call a catalyst. Okay. That means that if you are trying to get well, being around me is going to speed that up. Okay. You're going to feel it more. I want it to. I want it to. This is the talent God gave me. The talent that He gave me was I can bring to you the truth. Okay. I put facts on a silver platter. I bring it to you. Okay. And I don't have many qualms talking on many topics, do I? Sex. I won't talk about sex. I won't talk about sex because I believe that is private. Okay. Not everybody feels that way, and that's okay too. But that's how I feel. So I'll talk about sex or the president. Okay. Politics. I keep away from those things. No. And I try. I will do everything that I can to make sure you have and I have the right information. Because without it, we don't have anything. Bless you, baby. So page 54 is where I'm going to start. Imagine life without faith. So now that we have faith in our lives, we can actually go back. That's what's neat about the big book. You can go back. And now imagine life without faith. Now it's going to be much different this time than it was a month ago, 6 months ago, a year ago, 20 years ago. Now I can't imagine life without faith. I feel the same way about faith as I did about alcohol. That means both are what? The solution. One's a good one, one's a bad one. I have choices now. Isn't that cool? I have the choice on whether I'm going to pick up a drink or not. You bet I have that choice. I choose not to take it. I just don't want it. And I don't have to fight it. I just do it. Yep. 1986. I was 16 years old. I was just getting emancipated. I was getting close to you, Chris. 3 more years, three more years, I'd know you. We're nothing left but pure reason. It wouldn't be life at all. But we believed in life. Of course we did. We could not prove life in the sense that you can prove a straight line is the shortest distance between 2 points. Yet there it was. Could we say the whole thing was nothing but a mass of electrons created out of nothing? Means nothing, whirling on to destiny of nothingness? Of course we couldn't. The electrons themselves seem more intelligent than that, at least so the chemist said. Hence, we saw that reason isn't everything. Neither is reason, as most of us use it, entirely dependable, though it emanate from our best minds. What about people who prove that men could never fly? Yet we had been seeing another kind of flight, a spiritual liberation from this world. People who rose above their problems. They said God made these things possible, and we only smiled. We had seen spiritual release, but like to tell ourselves it wasn't actually true. Who was it? And I just posted it too. And I loved it because it was honest. I loved it because he was honest. And it was an actor. I just posted it. It's going to bother me. It's going to bother me. And I put it in here. Did I put it in here? Hopefully I put it in here. I did not put it in there. I must have put it in mine. No, it wasn't that one. No, it wasn't that one. I did not repost it. Okay. I thought I did. I put it in the group. Anyway, it doesn't matter. What he was saying was when he came into AA, he heard these people saying that they were grateful alcoholics, and he was like that. Ben Affleck, that's who it was. Not my favorite actor, but this one got me. Called it. Okay. He was saying that he thought it was bullshit. Okay. He was being honest, and I loved it because that's what we were thinking when we came in. I didn't believe people that had 20 years of sobriety when I came in. I was 14 when I came in. So that was like so far beyond me, right? I mean, I was 16. A month was a long time. When you're 16, a month is a long time. I'm 53 now. It's snapping the bucket, right? So my perception also changes. But I really appreciated the fact that he said that because it's honest. It's honesty. Just like here it says, but we like to tell ourselves it wasn't true. Or even worse, that we didn't think it was for us. Okay. What is that? That's me making an excuse to keep me separated so that I can keep my hooch. Actually, we were fooling ourselves, for deep down in every man, woman, and child is the fundamental idea of God. I knew I was doing wrong. Even when I didn't know what was right, I still knew what I was doing was wrong. But it was the only way I had. So that's what I used. Okay. But even while I was doing these things, even when I was young, inside, I never denied God. Me, anyway. Okay. God was never forced upon me. But it's hard not to look out into the world and think that there isn't. It may be obscured by calamity, by pomp, by worship of other things, but in some form or another it is there. For faith in a power greater than ourselves and in miraculous demonstrations of that power of human lives are in fact as old as man himself. We finally saw that our faith in some kind of God was a part of our makeup, just as much as the feeling we have for a friend. Sometimes we had to search fearlessly, but he was there. He was much a fact as we were. We found the great reality deep down within us. In the last analysis, it is only there that he may be found. It was so with us. My anxiety popped up for a second. It's like, Dion, yeah. It suddenly did not like this day. I don't like it. I hate when it does that. It's tough, man. Okay. We can only clear the ground a bit. If our testimony helps you sweep away prejudice, enables you to think honestly, encourages you to search diligently within yourself, then, if you wish, you can join us on the broad highway. With this attitude, you cannot fail. The consciousness of your belief is sure to come to you. See, now we say that the only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. Okay. But then there are some who join us on the broad highway. See, in order for you to join us on that broad highway, you've got to sweep away prejudice, think honestly, search diligently within yourself first. Then you'll find the broad highway. Before that, you won't even be able to see it. It is non existent. You will be blocked off from it. Okay? That's the sunlight of the spirit, man. When I am doing God's will, I can see much clearer. I can see better of what's going on. In this book, you will read the experience of a man who thought he was an atheist. His story is so interesting that some should be told now. His change of heart was dramatic, convincing, and moving. And this is a story that they talk about in the Reflections. Our friend was a minister's son. He attended church school, and he became rebellious at what he thought was an overdose of religious education. For years after, he was dogged by trouble and frustration, business failure, insanity, fatal illness, suicide. These calamities in his immediate family embittered and depressed him. Post-war delusionment, PTSD. Ever more serious alcoholism, impending mental and physical collapse brought him to the point of self-destruction. One night, when confined in a hospital, he was approached by an alcoholic who had known a spiritual experience. Our friend's gorge rose up as he bitterly cried out, "If there is a God, he certainly hasn't done anything for me." But later, alone in his room, he asked himself this question: is it possible that all the religious people I have known are wrong? While pondering the answer, he felt as though he lived in hell. Then, like a thunderbolt, a great thought came. It crowded out all else. Who are you to say there is no God? The man recounts that he stumbled out of bed to his knees. In a few seconds, he was overwhelmed by a conviction of the presence of God. It poured over and through him with a certainty and majesty of a great tide at flood. The barriers he had built through the years swept away. He stood in the presence of infinite power and love. He had stepped from the bridge to shore for the first time. He lived in conscious companionship with his Creator. Thus, our friend's cornerstone is fixed in place. No later vicissitude has shaken it. His alcoholic problem was taken away. That very night, years ago, it disappeared. Save for a brief few moments of temptation, the thought of drink has never returned. And at such times of great revulsion has risen up in him. Seemingly, he could not drink even if he would. God had restored his sanity. What is this but a miracle of healing? Yet its elements are simple. Circumstances made him willing to believe. He humbly offered himself to his Maker, and then he knew. Even so has God restored us all to our right minds. To this man, the revelation was sudden. Some of us go into it more slowly. I'm a slowly. But it has come to all who have honestly sought him. When we drew near to him, he disclosed himself to us. And I have found that, at least with my higher power, my experience is there were no hard terms made. The only thing I had to do was ask for help earnestly. Okay. And that help didn't consist of, please get me out of this, please get me out of that. It came down to, God, I have no idea what I'm doing. I have no idea what I'm doing. That means you can have all of it. See, we alcoholics understand a desperation. Okay. We are a beaten lot. We have carried an immense weight for years. For years. And unfortunately, it isn't until things get so bad for an alcoholic before they realize. And I'll tell you what it is. Ben brought this up too. He said that he was not willing to change until he realized that it was hurting his family. And then that's when, I'm going to tell you something. Okay. 90%, in fact, I would say almost 100% of the people that come into the program get sober for somebody else. Because we as alcoholics don't realize, because we think when we drink alone that we're not affecting other people. That's what we think. I thought it too. Okay. Even with all my training, I knew better. But denial is so deep in us, right? And because of that denial right there, it can keep us out for a little while. So let's get to this. The word God was frightening to me when I first associated with AA's 12 steps. That's why I prefer higher power. I really do. I prefer higher power. I call God God so I don't confuse other people. But I don't believe in God in the conventional sense of God. I have like a karmic God. Do good things happen. Do bad things happen. It's about it. Very, very simple. Very, very simple. Okay. I'll go. When I talk to God, sometimes it's, dude, why are we doing that? Why am I doing this? I don't get it. I talk to my higher power like my best friend. I will chew his ass out. And he will usually, he's probably sitting on the toilet reading the paper laughing at me. Okay. But he's always very understanding. Okay. The one thing that I think all of our higher powers have in common is love. That's the one thing, the helping of others and unconditional love. That's where we can all meet and we can all agree. Having tried all the means I could to stop drinking, I found that it was not possible for me to sustain that desire over a period of time. Yes, sometimes I could get sober, but wanting to maintain that was something different. Okay. Oh, it's been, I couldn't go a week. I couldn't go 20 minutes on my own. If I had decided to quit drinking, it got worse. Okay. If I had told everybody I'm going to quit drinking, the obsession for alcohol became worse because I knew I couldn't have it. Yet, how could I believe in a God that allowed me to sink to such deep despair that engulfed me, whether drinking or dry? Yeah. Hurts, huh? It does. But if God was to take us, it's like my kids. I had two choices. I could either let them understand the world and toughen them up, or I could have kept them home and kept them safe from the world. Either way, they're going to hurt. They're going to hurt either way. It just depends on what kind of hurt it's going to be. Well, I made the choice to let my kids toughen themselves up. I do. I'll let them flail around. Okay. Then when they ask me, they got to ask. And sometimes I'll get in there. But then I ask, hey, is it okay for me to interfere? Right. Well, it's the same thing for us. You know, what's my attitude going to be for today? What am I doing? Stuff. Oh, and that's what I was gonna say is, you know, God doesn't stop you from doing things. Okay. So God didn't put us down on her earth so he could coddle us and create safe spaces. Okay. No, that is not what happened. Okay. If I make a choice to go out and drink, God's not going to stop me. He's not going to stop me. Well, he might, but I may not listen. Okay. He's going to let you. He is not going to, well, I don't know. You know what? It has never been my experience that God has stopped me from drinking. How about that? Might be a different experience for somebody else. There we go. The answer was finally in admitting that it might be possible for me to know the mercy of the power greater than myself who could grant me sobriety contingent on my willingness to come to believe. Whoa. Now, what God did do is he saved my ass from killing other people and myself. Yeah. How many of us come in here and say, I was dead? Do you know how many times I've heard that? I died twice. I've died twice. That is not unusual in AA. Scary as hell. Scary as fuck, man. Never happened to me. Not that I know of. If it did happen, I wasn't told. Or maybe it did happen and I don't remember. That's been happening to me. So oh. Yeah. Where there something happens like what we were just reading. So Chris is saying it could have been around longer than me. I've heard story that he wakes people up before they drink. That's cool stuff. Now they were willing and open-minded to listen to that. Okay. That's what happens with AA. Once we plant the seed, your drinking career is ruined. That's usually what I do is I just plant seeds. And then hopefully they make it back. A lot of times that's what happens. By finally admitting that I was one among many and by following the example of my sponsor and other AA members in practicing faith, I did not have my life has been giving me, my life has been given meaning, direction, and purpose. Which I think is a big thing. Having purpose in your life. Yeah. And that's what AA does for us. It helps us and then it gives us purpose. Because what's the point in living a life without purpose, man? Right. So, all right. Thank you everybody for being here. I appreciate it. I hope you have a great Thursday. And I'm sure I'll probably be back again today at some point. I love you. Peace out and have a day. Bye-bye.